Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. Want to give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem HaKakodash. Once again, call Halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem HaKakodash. I'm the brother Tazim Makamath, coming from the camp, Prophets in Babylon, here in Tampa, Florida. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the teachers truth and Ruel. Peace and salutation to the hopeful light that scatter abroad. Alright, now we're going to go in today. We're going to go in today on the Space Force chief says U.S. is facing new era of threats beyond Earth. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. And it says, General Chance Saltzman of the U.S. Space Force describes what he says as a new era of space activity. The threats that we are This is the threats that we face to our on-orbit capabilities from our strategic competitors have grown substantially, Saltzman said in a CNBC interview. The message comes at a key moment as space rapidly commercialized and a heightened geopolitical backdrop increasingly sees threats extending beyond Earth. All right. And you see, Esau, he has a branch called Space Force. All right, what is that Space Force really for? It's really to try to fight Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which is coming back on the so-called UFO. Okay? He's coming back on the so-called UFO. So, when you read back, it says, when General Chance Saltzman took the stage for his keynote at the Space Symposium in Colorado Springs, Colorado this week, his message was simple. The U.S. is in a new era of space activity. Okay? Let's actually grab this first precept. This first precept is Salaki, man. Salaki. Let's do this first precept. Zechariah 5:3, and then it says, Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. Okay, so, alright, the curse that's coming forth the whole earth, these generals, they're seeing the chariots, man. Alright, they're seeing the chariots, they're seeing all these things that are happening upon the earth. Okay? They're seeing all these things that are happening. So guess what? Let's see a new era of space captivity because the Lord is coming back. Alright, the Lord is coming back. So let's read this again. It says, Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that is stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. Okay? So these chariots, they're gonna come back, and they're gonna make their mark. They're gonna make their mark. So let's go back and read a little bit more. It says the threats that we face to our on-orbit capabilities from our strategic competitors have grown substantially. Saltzman, the U.S. Space Force's second ever chief of space operations, said in a CNBC interview. After the speech, the congestion that we are seeing in space with tracked objects and the number of satellite payloads and just the launches themselves have grown at an exponential rate. I want to make sure that we are thinking about our processes and procedures differently, he said in an interview for CNBC's Manifest Space podcast, his first broadcast interview since becoming the service's highest-ranking military official last November. The message comes at a key moment as a space rapidly commercializes and a heightened geopolitical backdrop increasingly sees threats extending beyond Earth to domain for which rules of engagement remain unclear. Okay, and our Babylon's military. Okay, Babylon's military. They finally um told you that they identified so-called UFOs all across the earth, and they call them UAPs. And you see Esau, he's trying to set it up where, oh, we could destroy a chariot. This is just the pride of these devils that they can't be taken down and they can't be defeated. But soon, Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to come back and make his mark, right? So when you go to the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8, behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are are upon the sinful kingdom. All right, the sinful kingdom is Babylon, man. The most wickedest kingdom on this earth. The kingdom that influenced everybody. Okay? The Lord's eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. And what are the Lord's eyes? The angels. That's why they go to and fro through the earth. Okay? Recording. All right? And sending back the message to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right? All right. And that's why, the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, they pay a visit. All right, they paid a visit at Washington D.C. In the Middle East. Okay, all these places because the angels are monitoring. Okay, the things that are happening on the earth. What's going to happen? What they're going to allow and what's not going to be allowed. All right, and it says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. And how the Lord is going to do that? Through the nukes. All right, he's also going to use these chariots as well because they're going to have them laser beams. All right, zapping and destroying people. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. All right, the Lord is going to come and save the elect. But the eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. The same sinful kingdom that put chains upon our neck. All right, that oppresses us. That's prideful, that influences the whole earth to be drunk off the fornication of their philosophy. Okay? And guess what? Now these Edomites, they're scared. Okay? So let's read a little bit on this. Case in point, the Space Forces recently announced procurement strategy for more launch services. The new dual-lane acquisition approach is intended to create more opportunities for rocket startups to compete for national security launch contracts. So they want to secure things that come to and fro from space onto Earth. Okay? They want to watch what things are going on. Okay? That's why, Esau wants to search out the depths of space. Okay, because they know Yahweh Shema Shai is going to come, through space. You see it all the time. They have a satellite Then you see on the NASA, you see these big ass chariots coming towards Earth. Okay, you see all these chariots, the host of the Lord's angels, all across the earth. Okay, let's grab this. Um, the book of Psalms 68 and 17. It says the chariots of Yahweh Shem Shai are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh Shai is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Okay, so the Lord's chariots are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So imagine that you see 20,000 angels, but even thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands more. Okay, unnumerable amount. All right, we be talking about the Lord's army. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is a man of vengeance. He's gonna come out with a bang, and that's why he let Esau get so high in pride, get so high up in pride that he can't be taken down. He got the instruments of war. That he has the highest intelligence. You know, the Lord has put that in his brain because the Lord wants a fight. The Lord wants to show you, all right, I want you to be so big and bad, so when I come, I'm gonna just wipe that shit clean. Okay, to show you that you are nothing. Okay, and this is the power of the Lord that we're talking about. So the Lord's coming with 20,000 and thousands of angels. All right, so when Elisha, he was talking to the servant, okay, he said, Elisha said to the man, all right, hey, fear not, for those that be with us are more than those that be with them. Okay, you got the cloaks of chariots. You know, they cloak themselves as clouds. You know, they hide in the depths of the ocean. You know, portals. Okay, so the angels are everywhere. Okay, so Esau has something that's temporal, something he can see, something that fits him. But the Lord has things that's unimaginable, things that fly super quick, that could teleport, that could disappear, okay, that could maneuver, that go side to side, up and down, left, right, up, like all type of stuff. There's no match for Esau, man. No match for Esau. Esau's gonna get knocked out in the first round. The Lord's gonna destroy this man instantly. Okay, so let's go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right, let's read this again. I said, and there was war in heaven. Okay, now it says Michael and his angels, Michael and the chariots fought against the dragon. The dragon will be Esau. Okay, the dragon will be Esau. Now they were not fighting in heaven. They're talking about in the sky. Okay, when you look up, you're gonna see, you know, these chariots fighting against these fighter jets, against these, B-52s. You're gonna see Michael and his angels, okay, fight against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So Esau military, his fighter jets, his space force. You're gonna see them get destroyed instantly. Okay, let's go to since we're in Revelation, let's go to Revelation 19 and verse 11. And it says, and I saw heaven opened, and behold a white horse, right? A horse represents power. White represents pure. Okay, so we talking about Yahweh Shai. Alright, so the Lord is on a white pure horse, pure power. Okay? And he says, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. This is Yahweh Shai we're talking about. His eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay? which tells you that this is Yahweh Shai, because when you read Revelation, the first chapter, around the 14th verse, it tells you how his eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay, it says on his head were many crowns. Okay, all right. So these many crowns, it's talking about Yahweh Shai destroying these nations. All right, showing that he's the king. All right, when you're in war and you destroy, this kingdom, you take their crown. I own you. Okay, I own you. All right, because you destroyed that land, you destroyed that kingdom, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. Okay, because there's going to be a lot of people dying. Okay, the Lord's going to come back with bloodshed. Let's grab this. Talking about pressing the wine fat, right? All right, let's go to Isaiah 63. All right, it says, Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? All right, this is Yahushua coming to destroy Esau. Okay, all right, and this is the capital city, Bozrah. All right, where Edom dwells, and that would be modern day America. It says, and this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? Because when you treadeth in the wine fat, you have to step on the grapes. So when you look at your apparel, it looks like red, it looks like blood. Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, in my mind, and the year of redeemed is come, because the Lord was waiting, on the right hand side of Yahweh, okay, to come back, okay, and come back to those that pierced him. All right, but you see the metaphor, okay, that the Lord, he's coming back for blood. There's gonna be a lot of blood because the blood is gonna be sprinkled upon the garments, on his raiment. Now it's not literal, but you know, because the Lord is coming back for a lot of vengeance and death. All right, the scripture tells you how I come not with peace but sword. All right. Let me see something. I believe I said 65. No, give me a second. Isaiah 66. There we go. All right, so Isaiah 66 and 16. It says, for by fire and by his sword. All right, so for by fire, the Lord's coming back with the nuclear missiles, and by his sword, he's gonna be the chariots as well. Well, Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. So the Lord's coming with a lot of death. So you understand what verse 13 is talking about. Okay. All right. Precept upon precept, line upon line. It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the word of Yahweh. Okay. So when you go to John, the first chapter, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, and the Word was the Most High, and the same was in the beginning with Yahweh. Okay. Dang, where's that point at? Give me a second. All right, John 1 and 14. It says, and the Word was made flesh. Okay, and that's Yahweh Shai coming in the flesh. Because you remember, In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Most High, and the Word was Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And remember, the Lord comes in the volume of the book. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory and the glory of the only begotten of the Father. Alright, which tells you, hey, this is Yahushai. Yahushai was the first spirit created, full of grace and truth. Alright, so you understand this part. Verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, white, pure power, alright? Clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Okay, this is the chariots following Yahushai. Okay, because Yahushua is going to be the general, the top dog. He's leading the way. Okay, he's leading the way. He's going to start from the east and lay in the west. Okay, and it says, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it shall smite the nations. Okay, these chariots, these laser beams. He shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power. And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Okay, and we're going to link this with Second Esdras. It's actually hold on to it. We're gonna hold on to it. Second Esdras, the 13th chapter. 13th chapter, start around 10th verse. All right. And it says, he has a vesture on his thigh, a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. All right. Verse 17, and I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power. All right, and after the Lord finishes what he's doing in the land of Jehoshaphat, you know, these birds, they're gonna start eating the flesh of all these dead people, all these military people, all of them that died. And guess what? The birds, the vultures, they're gonna have a great meal. All right, the Lord promised the fowls of the air. Isn't that crazy? All right, so hey, guess what? As we wait for salvation, hey, the birds wait and have a good meal. All right, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. Okay, so you see, verse 19. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So now let's go to 2 Ezra 13 and 10. Let's get the standard. Alright, and it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. These are the chariots blasting out these fire, you know, these laser beams, this high concentrated fire. Alright. Verse 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Alright, bear with me real quick. Alright. So these are, you know, these armies that are in the land of Jehoshaphat, they're going to be ready to fight Yahushua, as we read in Revelation. Alright, and guess what? They're all going to be burnt up, every one. Okay? And it's going to be dust and smoke. It's going to be dust and smell of smoke, dead bodies. Alright? And this is what Ezra is seeing. Okay? So let's jump down to verse 30, because it expands more on this point. Verse 30, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, and one people against another, and one realm against another. All right, so these are World War III. Okay, all these people that fight against each other, all these different nations going to the land of Jehoshaphat and fighting against each other, right? And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen when I showed thee before. Then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. Okay. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. So they're all gonna stop fighting each other. Okay. America against Russia, against China, they're all gonna start fighting each other in this land, right? And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. Okay? So this links with Revelation 19. Okay? They want to overcome the Lord by fighting. They think they're going to defeat the Lord. Hey, we just come together like the Power Rangers. And we think we can defeat the Lord. But no, the Lord gave you a false reality. Okay? That's not going to happen. Verse 35. But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Sion. Alright, Yahushua. And Sion shall come. And he shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this is my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and their torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me. Okay, so the Lord ended up destroying these people, okay, because they thought they could destroy the Lord with their inventions, with their tanks. But guess what? The Lord gave them a false reality. Okay, I want to grab this Revelation, since I mentioned earlier, Revelation 1 and 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds." Okay, with chariots. Clouds represent them chariots. All right. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. All right, because the Lord is coming with a big fathership, an everlasting mountain. All right, an endless mountain, I should say. And they also which pierced him. Okay, who pierced him? The Romans. The Romans will be classified as so-called Edomites. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Amen. Every knee shall bow. Everybody gonna see Yahushua coming back, man. You can't deny that. Okay? Let's grab Psalms 110. Alright, so after the Lord destroys Esau and his military and the spacecraft, this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna destroy him and, take them crowns back. Psalms 110 and 1. Yahweh said unto my Lord, alright, this is Yahushua. Yahweh talking to Yahushua. Sit thou on my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Okay? So the Lord is right now on the footstool of Yahweh right now. Salakia. He's on the right hand of Yahweh right now. Salakia. The Lord Yahushua is on the right hand of Yahweh right now, waiting to come back to make his enemies his footstool, grab the crowns of all these kings and nations. Okay? And guess what? Once he does that, he's gonna be crowned victor. He's gonna establish his kingdom. His kingdom's gonna come. All right, hey, the Lord has to get his kingdom first before we get ours. The Lord suffered the worst death for us, just for us to have this knowledge, to be a mediator to the Father, man, to advocate for us. Okay, so hey, guess what? He's gonna get the best of the best. All right. Let me see. And that's pretty much it, man. I pretty much hit the point of this lesson. You know, hey, the Space Force, man. They're facing new era of threats. The U.S. All right, the U.S. See, the U.S. is concerned because guess what? Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed off this earth. Okay, it's going to be a big, vast desert. Okay, and guess what? The Lord is not pleased with America. Okay, He's going to make an example for these other nations not to be like it. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson been edifying. We give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Until next time, I say Shalom.